Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So this is a spring slash bridal inspired set of nails, as I was flicking through a magazine and yeah, I see these bridesmaid dresses that had this beautiful mint green and pink theme to them. So I thought, I felt like doing a set of nails along those colours. So here we are. So I've placed some tips on my silicone hand, and I've then added a thin clear layer of acrylic. So then I'm coming in with this mint green colour, which is Apple Shine from CJP, and this now is going to be an ombre. So I'm just placing that first colour down roughly where I want my ombre to begin, and yeah, I've just blended out the back of the bead and then walking it down towards the free edge. It didn't quite reach, so as you see, I just come in with another small bead just to finish that now off. Now, because I did work quite thin, I didn't feel like the colour was fully opaque, so I do come in with another bead just to get a bit more of a full colour. So I'm just making sure to blend the back of that bead out, and then I'm pulling it down the nail, as you want to make sure that the colour looks all nice and even. And I'm just really taking my time to try and keep everything nice and smooth, basically so you know that I have less filing to do at the end. The more smooth and even you apply your acrylic, the less filing you are going to have. And then I'm coming in with Slush Fairy, which is also from CJP, and I'm just placing this just where that green ends, and then I'm just patting out the back of the bead and pulling it down over the nail. Slush Fairy is an absolute beautiful colour for doing any kind of ombre or fade with, as because it has that fine glitter in it, it really makes ombre easy, as it just disguises any harsh lines or things that might be there, and yeah, just creates a really nice fade. So now I've placed my bead just before the cuticle area, pushed it back towards that cuticle, and here I'm just patting and pressing this into place. So when I'm doing an ombre, if I'm using a core powder like what Slush Fairy is, then because it doesn't need to be capped, I build all my apex with that powder, so that when it comes to capping, I only have to cap where the blend is down towards the free edge, because you've already built your strength and your structure with your core powder. I just find this makes ombres that little bit easier, and I find that it makes me work a little bit faster. So I did decide to leave in capping of this now, just to show you what I mean. So I basically just place that bead at pretty much, the highest point of my apex, blend it back slightly, and then I'm just walking it down the nail. Just so when it comes to filing, I don't file away the blend that I have created. And then because I had applied the mint green really thin, this helps basically to build up that structure. So then I'm just placing another bead at the tip and blending that back. Again, as you can see here, I'm always patting and smoothing just to try and get that acrylic application as neat as possible. So then onto the ring finger, I'm coming in with Slush Fairy at the cuticle area, just getting that cuticle area nice and neat, and just bringing a little bit of colour down the nail bed. And just really applying that nice and thin, as I will be capping that hole now, and I don't want there to be any bulk at the cuticle area. And then I'm coming in with this beautiful pink glitter from Charlie's Nail Art, which I believe is called, I think it's called Berry Surprised, but I will double check and leave it in the description box below. So this is an absolute beautiful glitter. It's on the fine side, but it does have a few chunky pieces in there, some dots and some other shapes as well. But I really felt like it tied in with the set. I do also have a discount code for Charlie's Nail Art, which is ENA10. And that's all in capital letters, and that will get you 10% off your order. But I will leave that linked in the description box below. So then onto the tip of this now, I'm coming in with some material. Now, I think I got this from Charlie's Nail Art, but I can't quite remember. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was from them, but I'm pretty sure I ordered it quite a while ago. So basically, as you see, I just cut a bit out into the size of what I roughly needed, and then I've just applied this with a thin layer of nail glue, and then just pressed it into the nail, held it for literally a few seconds until it's fully bonded, and then I'm just cutting away all of that excess. Not worrying too much if you do leave some bits rough around the edges, as once you've capped it and do your finish filing, etc., all of that will be covered. Sorry, all of that will be removed. I always end up doing my voiceovers for my YouTube videos late at night, so they probably don't actually make much sense. But off camera, I've encapsulated that now, and now I'm moving on to the next one. So this now I decided to do a marble tip. So I've just again come in with that Slush Fairy at the cuticle area, and I'm just blending that down, just so it pretty much covers what would be the natural nail bed. And then here I'm going to just do a sort of slanted marble across the tip area. So I've come in with Milky Pink, Apple Shine, and I also use Rose Garden, which is also, they're all from CJP. So I've just placed them on the nail, and then I'm just very gently swirling them together. So yeah, as you can see, this is the Rose Garden, which is a beautiful pink colour, and I do also use this on the next finger as well. So I'm not trying to create a too defined marble here, it's kind of just like washes of the colour together, but I did really like how it turned out. Just using small beads and dragging from one side and then up to the other. And then I'll just do this until the tip is completely covered. You have got to remember not to play around with your acrylic too much when doing a marble, as otherwise the colours will blend too much together and you will lose that look, you know, that marble look. And then here I'm just coming in with that same glitter again from Charlie's Nail Art, and I decided just to put this across the nail here where the marble begins, just so, yeah, just so it sort of ties the two parts of the nail together without it looking like, you know, the Slush Fairy ends and the marble straight away starts. I just wanted something in between, so I decided to go for the glitter. And then onto the index finger, it's another marble, exactly the same as the little finger, except for at the free edge I've used that Rose Garden. Now this is an absolutely beautiful colour from CJP. I think it's so underrated, as I never ever see it pop up, and when I got it as a free colour. They sometimes do offers where, like, if you order a kit you get 2 random colours and things like that, and this was a colour that I got free. And yeah, it isn't really a colour I would have chose. When I first opened it and looked at it, I was a bit like, oh okay, but upon using it, it is absolutely beautiful. And yeah, I felt like it really tied in well with this set. So I've just applied that exactly the same as before, blended out the back of the bead, walked it down towards the free edge, and then I just come in with a little bit more at the tip. And then I just decided that the fade didn't look very even, so I just come in with another bead and just pulled that back, just so, yeah, it was a bit more even on both sides. Just trying to keep that nice and smooth. And then I'm again going to be using Slush Fairy for the fade. So just placing that bead down, always make sure to blend out the back of it, and then pulling it down over the colour. And then I apply my cuticle bead the same way as usual, just popping it at the cuticle area, pushing it back towards the cuticle and dragging down. Do make sure that you point the finger you're working on downwards, as this will stop the acrylic going back and flooding into that cuticle area. So I'm just tidying up around that area here, as I wasn't fully happy with the application. And then I went off camera and capped both of those remaining 2 nails. So I just showed you a little clip there of before filing, and then here I've come in, I have filed them and buffed them, cleaned away all of the dust, and now I'm coming in with my CJP Tack free top gloss and top coating all of the nails. So I then cure these in my LED lamp for 60 seconds, and if they was on a client, make sure to leave your top coat cool for a minute or 2 before applying your cuticle oil. Okay guys, so that's pretty much the end of the video. As always, I've left a clip of what the nails look like for you to see. If you check the description box, it will list all the products I've used and any discount codes I have. It will also have my social media accounts, so I'd love it if you went over and gave me a like and follow on Facebook and Instagram. I'll hopefully have some more videos coming up this week with a few different things, so if you aren't already subscribed to my channel, I would love it if you did. Yeah, and if you enjoyed watching this video, please hit like. I shall see you all again soon. Bye bye.